far away from our lifetimes, unfortunately.
Well, it's like the Situation Room or whatever it's called in X-Men. I can't remember what that's called, where they like train and fight. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Well, all right, so let's find out who it's going to be. Okay, it's time. It's Billowy, man. What I'm saying is, on this map, after what happened yesterday,
you're calling all the shots, Wolf.
I'm feeling it, dude. I'm feeling Billowy here, because if he makes a fast robo and then just makes two forges, makes a fast Twilight Council and makes a robo, makes two forges, I'm like, well, I don't know, what are you thinking as a Terran player?
Back.
Yeah, he's in your head, man. Especially after his win yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, he played an excellent game against TY. Definitely confused him. Definitely was a lot more confident. And with the hype going around him, how he got 4 kills in a row against one of the strongest teams.
He won all 4 matchups yesterday, all 3 matchups, excuse me, twice against Terran. He won a PvP, a PvT twice, and a PvZ. So, I mean, he's ready for anything. He's not a top. He's no creator or no rain, right? Where it's okay, this guy is solid late game. I want to put him out all the time. He's consistent. He's just a guy who gets in your head, and especially KT's he had yesterday. That was very disappointing response to Billowy.
I was looking at Bbyong's face before this game. He looks a little bit concerned.
Well, he needs to be careful, man, but he doesn't need to be too careful. That's the biggest problem. Now let's go into Frost for game number 3. To find out which one of these 2 teams is going to take the lead.
LTA는 SK텔레콤.
Down here in the bottom right in the yellow for CJ Antis, the Terran player. Just stick out the final boss. He is Bbyong.
Down or up. Top. Cross spawns again, man. It's Billowy.
Down in the top right.
Down in the top right, man. He's down. He's down to play this game.
It's like how you say down there when I live in the north. You're like, oh, down. I don't want to go down there tonight.
Well, that's just because I think so poorly of the north side of Seoul compared to the south, man.
Yeah.
That jokes aside, I used to live up there.
Yeah, I used to be part of us, and then you were a traitor.
I did that whole Sunday Moon Goo thing once, man. Now I'm down here.
I'm still doing it. I'm still experiencing it. Still going to school up there. That area of Seoul is actually littered with universities over there, so it's definitely very close to my school.
She's one of our presenters, by the way, here in the studio.
She just mouthed Ozeo.
Yeah, she wants you to come.
She wants you to come down.
Come down here.
Yes.
Barracks first for Bbyong.
Wouldn't be surprised to see a Reaper here. Pretty standard on a map like this. There's the gas.
I think Billy's going to do the same build, man. I think he's going to go Twilight Council Robo and be like, what am I going to do?
Yeah, I mean, we saw him do the same build against 2 Protosses in a row. And Zess was like, I'm going to come from 5 different angles with my Oracle and kill you. And Billy's like, no, I'm just going to be aggressive and kill you. And, you know, I feel like Billowy's a guy who has a bunch of these very well-practiced builds. He definitely had it for yesterday, at least, and I would love to see him do the same build, actually.
Yep. I think he will. Calling it. Now, the thing is, actually, if he goes Twilight Council and then commits, that would be even scarier, right? Cross spawns, it becomes I don't know. Reaper here is key. Didn't say Flash yesterday, but more GG girls.
Love.
And Reaper is the secondary scout. The first scout to find position is going to be the SCV. Going to check top left first. And we'll check top right. Whereas Billowy has not scouted at all, man. He doesn't have to, actually. Not on this map. That's the beauty of this.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was Maru who had 2 barracks proxy in the middle of the map. On this map, but besides that, I think that's the one cheese we've seen. So he can be very comfortable in just throwing down the Nexus here, especially when he finds out he's cross positions from Bbyong.
Well, he's probably pretty annoyed too when he finds the cross spawns, because his style in this matchup is often revolved around timing attacks with SCV pulls, you know, End Wings of Liberty style. And on this map at these positions, it's very difficult to actually pull that off. That's our famous Chinese model. It comes down a lot to watch the matches. Gets a lot of camera time. But now let's see how Billowy plays this, because now the core is done. Nexus is coming up. The Reaper's going to go check the pylon location so he can go and verify it later. And we're just going to see the most standard part of this TVP. Okay, he sees this pylon here, checks the location. He knows it's really easy for him to bounce back in there later. It's like so close to the edge, he's probably feeling pretty happy right now. He's like, okay, I know how to find this one. But this one is the problem, and he doesn't know about it.
Oh my god, we could definitely see Billowy do a very similar build here. Look at this, the Robo is down, guys.
He's going to add Twilight Council down there, I think, man. To the bottom right.
Could be.
And Robotics in the main for the Reaper to see.
Well,
oh, what a Stargate.
Whoa.
There's a lot of things this could be. Oracle is probably what everyone's thinking at first. Phoenix, especially with that rally point. Phoenix follow up to Robotics just to control drops, and also for Phoenix Colossus is something we could see later. It's a very late Stargate.
Yeah, definitely is. Bbyong's going to come in here. He's going to see the Robo.
Could he cancel the Robotics now, actually, after that Reaper dies?
Looks like it's still up. See it on the mini-map.
Yeah, he didn't cancel it. That would have been pretty nuts. He like does that and makes like Void Rays and like adds like 6 gates. I'm like, whoa.
That would be intense.
Those Marines are so ready to go in the bunker, by the way. They are like...
They're all surrounding. They all want to be in there, but only 4.
The first 4, man. First come, first serve of that bunker.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's going to go Oracles here. I don't know how much damage this is actually going to get done, but I think it's going to really surprise Bbyong.
It's definitely going to be so unexpected. I mean, it's going to rely so much on surprise.
Doesn't even have any Marines in his main base. He's got them on the ramp, so they're like pretty close, but I want to say like maybe 4 kills max. Does he make 2 Oracles, though? That would be crazy. He's got all 4 gases up, so he's got 12 probes mining gas right now.
Well, no second Oracle, just a Sentry being warped in there. 1 more Observer on the map as well. Scan goes down, doesn't see anything really except the gases.
Okay, starts turrets as soon as he sees no army. He's got a good vibe here, but the turret's not in the right place. He thinks it may be DTs. Not happening. Here comes an Oracle. How many kills? 2, 3. Very late pull here. Going to get that 4th one. No.
Doesn't get it. Damages 2 SCVs, but now he's going to come in here to the natural. Gets 1 more SCV kill. Still has not taken any health damage. Wants to come back in here. Could snipe some of these Marines. Nope.
And gets almost a 5th one there. And gets out. So the 4 I was talking about, you know, it's just pretty standard to be able to get 4.
He's got to move it out of the base. Bbyong realizes that it's just
like 2 players like just making a mistake.
Oh, man. Oh, Billowy notices. Is he going to get out? Yes, he is. He's going to be just fine. Shields did regenerate a bit.
Bay goes up at home. First Immortal, Forge. He's making the transition.
Yeah, just 1 Forge this time.
Yeah.
No double upgrades here.
So he's set up now to take a 3rd base pretty safely. The Oracle's always there to threaten, forces turrets to be made, which are of course going to lose their usefulness very quickly. You know, it forces you to spend money on static defense, because if you don't, you lose units. But later on in the game, those turrets aren't really going to be useful for anything. They're not going to help you against Zealot Warpins in the main base, for example.
Yeah.
Maybe DTs, but that's a long way off. So
yeah. Basically, this Oracle can try to fly and get a couple more kills maybe on the edge here. That's a very nicely placed Widowmine if it decides to go back into the main. But could also reveal the army if it decides to go for it. But he does have 2 observers on the map, so he is going to see this army right away. He's going to be ready for this.
This push is going to do nothing, and it may actually cost Bbyong the game if he overextends with it. That Colossus is about to pop out, plus the overcharge on the Nexus. In Wings of Liberty, this push may have forced some force fields out. I might be able to snipe some sentries or drop into the main. This will, I mean, I can't even imagine this doing a lot of damage. Not now, not against this comp. No. Drops a bunch of units into the main base here. Let's see how he responds. Already got units there. Overcharge can be easily dropped here at the Nexus. And that Colossus against the Marines. LOL. He gets a Sentry.
Yeah, does get the Sentry, but that's all he's going to get. He's going to lose a bunch of his army units as well. This drop is totally denied.
No,
does not get any damage done. Billowy with a very nice defense here.
Worker count is good for Bbyong. There's only 4 down, and he has that 3rd command center nearly completed. And he is keeping his upgrades pretty good here. I would like to see a 2nd eBay. I like his position in every other regard. He's trying to do damage. He's like struggling to do damage. But if there's no 3rd base drop for Billowy soon, then I think that just this pressure alone keeps Bbyong in the lead. And he's got to save this Colossus, and that Immortal might go down. Nope.
No, Bbyong just sniping out 2 of those gateway units and is going to back off. Pretty nice trade for him here. He's eventually going to find the Stargate as well. So basically Billowy going for the Stargate with the Oracle, a bunch of minerals and gas put into that for only getting 4 SCVs and a bunch of turrets being made. Yeah,
I think it was still worth it. And it can always be useful later on if he decides to go into Tempest or something. Probably won't see it on this map, but...
Bbyong actually doesn't scout there with his Marine. Maybe the second one is going to get it.
Maybe he thinks it's a little bit closer. Not sure. It was a dropship, I guess.
I mean, this is a big map, so it's always very hard to find these proxy locations.
Oh, wow. This group of units is way out of position. Only gets 1 Marauder, it looks like, but Blink was not done yet, so that could have been worse.
Yeah.
He's actually moving across the map for an attack here. I think this is going to surprise Bbyong. I don't think he expects this at all. In fact, I wouldn't expect this either, walking across the map suddenly at a weird timing without, like, hitting anything with this. I mean, he's going to hit with Blink, but that's not really a timing.
Yeah, it's definitely very weird. I'm not sure if that blip on the minimap is a forward pylon. Looks like he does have it. He does not want to... Wow, he runs a bunch of these Stalkers into these Marines and Marauders, and he's actually just fighting.
Well, that was like a freebie there, but he's still getting a lot of units over here meanwhile. And where's the Observer? It looks like he doesn't have one. He's just going to use this for the detection. This is still a really good position right now. 79 army supply to 64. Bbyong just does not have enough yet.
Yeah, he doesn't have he has a lot of the base of Billowy as well that are just not in this army. It's not going to do much there with the extra gateway units being warped in. He's going to try to fight here. Tries to snipe down that Colossus. Got a micro him back. Not the micro we saw yesterday out of Billowy here.
Definitely not. That was a bit difficult to watch. Now, the units in the main base are actually still alive. We'll get an update on that in just a second. There they are, just 3 of them. Colossus attacking his own gateway. That's not what he wants. There goes the overcharge on the Nexus, forcing those units away. But now it's 2 mining bases to just 1, as the 3rd base and the natural have been lifted. And he's just going to walk away from here. Doesn't have a 3rd base to fall back on, but he doesn't need it. What he needs to do is, of course, equalize the upgrades. If he could actually find that command center, that would be excellent for him, but he's not going to get that either, it doesn't look like here.
Yep, doesn't find it. He's going to move back in here. Could snipe out those Vikings. Gets 1, gets 2. He's going to get this last one as well, and that is so terrible. These Colossus, if they micro back, are going to decimate the army of Bbyong now.
Yeah, this is terrible for Bbyong. Losing those Vikings means that now he's got a great siege composition here to actually just push away at these turrets, you know, or rather the Widow Mines. That Terran army, he's going to attack this command center. I don't think he's going to kill it, but he may actually force it to burn. In fact, he does. There's the burn.
Gets it burning, gets the other one as well. He's going to drop a mule here to try to save this. He needs this command center right now, as ridiculous as that looks.
Stalker here to tank. He botched that a little bit, but maybe the second one, nope. It's not that important, but I mean, he did try to dodge it here. And here we go. He's actually just on move command. Move command's into this. I think this might be Byung's best chance, actually, to take a fight here. The Colossi are down. There's no Zealots to tank, and those Stalkers, down on upgrades, mind you, are having a hard time. It looks like he will survive the fight with his Stalkers. That Immortal's definitely going to go down, but that was a pretty nice donation for Bbyong there. Bbyong's going to be very happy with this one.
Yeah, he's got to be pretty happy with it, but still, I mean, there's so many Stalkers on the map right now, sniping out these medevacs, sniping out a bunch of these SCVs that are not mining at all. He's struggling to get that 1 base back at the natural, and Billowy's just fine back at home. He's got a 3rd base on the way. He has a 2nd base, or his 2 other bases, rather, up in mining, and he's definitely very far ahead of here.
Yeah, for sure. I think if he just played that a little bit more patiently, could have actually ended the game.
Yeah, definitely very, very, you know, not good control there out of Billowy.
Yeah,
I think he's just a bit nervous. He was like very, very excited, it looked, and he was just like, okay, I'm gonna end the game right now, and he just like move command in.
Yeah, move command there. Like that was like an M-click move command almost. Like that was like how bad it was. Command. I mean, it was like he actually it almost looked like he decisively like put his units on move command. That's how bad it was. So
yeah.
Now, these drops actually got spotted for a second. I don't think he realizes it, or else he would be sending those Stalkers to intercept them. Bbyong's not out of this game yet. I mean, he's got a very small chance of holding this push, so he's probably going to lose regardless. But Terran buildings can fly, and he's got a quad drop going up to the top right. Let's see if he can make magic happen here. I don't see it, but he's going to try. Here comes that drop, going to eliminate this 3rd Nexus easily. A lot of Widow Mines in this. Kills all the probes.
He's gonna. There's just so many buildings back here for Billowy. He has a lot of time right now. He's just gonna sit down here at the bottom of the ramp and just not even go in and attack. It seems like he's trying to decide what to do right now, not really moving his army. Seems like he's gonna come into the main base now.
Oh, well, this is a dead Mothership Core.
Mothership Core goes down without using anything.
I don't think it matters, though. Way better army here for Billowy. He still has that Colossus to do extra damage, and that's it. GG. Billowy takes another win in a row here and knocks out Bbyong, one of 2 hero players for CJ, the second of which being Hero himself. And I don't think you want to send Hero out against Billowy right now.
No, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't want to see Hero right now. And Billowy proving that it wasn't just the folly of KT. He is able to take out other players as well. I feel like Bbyong played a decent game. It wasn't his best game. He did look less confident in this game than he did against DRG, that's for sure.
Dude,